that just has this sort of delicate nature to its sound that's beautifully done. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Molly, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Chelsea Wolfe's newest album, She Reaches Out to She Reaches Out to She. Now this record was just released, so I've only had a chance to listen to it a couple of times, but I absolutely love the soundscape of this thing. Chelsea Wolfe really outdid herself with this one. In my opinion, it's a really amazing album, and yeah, I just wanted to sit down, film a little review about it, and kind of go over track by track why I love this record so much. It starts off with track 1, which is Whispers in the Echo Chamber, and this one I absolutely love the atmosphere of it. It's somehow very chilling, and it has kind of this tension to it, like they're building a lot of energy up, and yet they keep it so pulled in and restrained at the same time. Chelsea's vocals too have this amazing whispered quality, a sort of eeriness to it. I don't know, it's just very atmospheric, and it has this really echoey sort of muffled quality to it as well. It's got such an immersive soundscape to it. It's almost like you kind of sink into this song as you're listening to it. I think it's a great start to the album, and I love how she whispers the word done at the very end too. And then we move on to track 2, which is House of Self-Undoing. This one I hadn't heard up until the album came out. It wasn't released as a single or anything, but I'm really enjoying this one so far. The percussion really stands out, and there's a definite pace change too from the first track, which is more kind of slowed down and sultry almost, and then this second track, the pace picks up and it kind of takes on almost a more urgent tone. And I love the dynamic too on this one between the instrumentals that have that more rapid pace I was talking about, but then Chelsea's vocals are so smooth and sort of ethereal sounding, and they balance that intensity out with so much calmness. I just really like that contrast. And then track 3 is Everything Turns Blue. This was a standout for me as well on this album. I really love the electronic tone that it has, and there's this really cool pulse almost that this song has really subtly in the background. It almost mimics a heartbeat. The flow of this one is incredible too. It's got this almost ethereal quality to it, and then how they take it from the verse into the chorus is just seamlessly done. There's like no sharp transition at all. And then I love the bridge toward the end too, where they pair the violin tones with those really echoey vocals. It's got such an amazing atmosphere to it. And then track 4 is Tunnel Lights, and this one has such a cool experimental tone to me when I listen to it. The whole album has that experimental quality, but this track in particular, it really shines, and it stands out with all of these cool effects they're using. It almost has like a Bjork-like vibe to me at times. And I love the use of the piano on this one. They keep it pretty minimal, but it's just enough to kind of balance out those more sharp electronic tones that they use as well. And then that bridge toward the end, how that beat just gets more and more intense and they build it up, it just brings so much power to it. And then track 5 is the Liminal, and this one was such an interesting track to listen to. This was another one they didn't release before the album came out, so it was brand new to me, but there's such a beautiful delicateness to this one. It kind of stands out on the album because I'd say it's the most melodic in a way of all of the songs on the record. Just with how they sprinkle in like these little orchestral elements, it just has this sort of delicate nature to its sound that's beautifully done. And there's such a peacefulness to it. It's like the instrumentals have so much deep richness and complexity to their sound, and then Chelsea's voice is almost like a boat kind of carrying you along down that river of sound. It's like there's so much deep darkness underneath, but her voice has this amazing lightness, like ethereal quality to it, and it's very relaxing. I just really like how those two elements are balanced out on this track. On track 6, Eyes Like Nightshade, they really use so many cool sounds. There's again a really strong experimental quality with this one. That jangliness, I think it's a tambourine that they use for the percussive element. I really like that contrasted with, again, those sharper electronic tones. It just kind of creates this really interesting mesh of like natural sounds with these artificial qualities to her music as well. And there's something so beautifully peaceful about this track, but there's this underlying tension, like you can tell there's something building up. I just really like how it kind of puts you on edge a little bit, but it's also very relaxing. It's an interesting combination. And they kind of continue that on track 7, Salt, as well. There's this really beautifully hypnotic quality to this song, but it also has that underlying ominous sort of unsettling quality to it as well. The percussion brings so much intensity. It has such a deep tone to it. And then Chelsea's vocals have this beautiful melodic quality, but it's sort of muffled, like just slightly. It's almost like you're being suffocated. I don't know, it just has like this really, really slight muffledness to it that I think is really cool. And then track 8 is Unseen World, and this one is perhaps like the biggest on this album in terms of its soundscape. It has such a powerful soaring quality to it. I love the drum at the start. It almost has this jungle-like, really natural quality to its sound. And it's kind of like you have that at the start, and then the track just sort of takes flight almost. It expands so much, and yeah, like I said, it just has such a big sound to it. And then track 9 is Place in the Sun, and this one has quickly become one of my favorites on this entire album. There's such a longing to Chelsea's vocal delivery on the verse, but then when the chorus comes in, it brings so much peacefulness to it, and she's saying, I am safe in this body, safe in this heart. I don't know, to me it's just a really emotional, heartfelt song, and definitely one of the standouts for me. And then closing this album out is track 10, Dusk, which was the first single Chelsea released leading up to this album, and Dusk was my favorite song of 2023, and it remains my favorite on this album, at least right now. I absolutely love this song. The way they build it up is just incredible. It's so drawn out. There's almost this stretched out quality to it, but they build it up so immensely. I love the guitars on this one too. It definitely has a strong rock edge to it, which I think suits Chelsea's style really, really well. But it's such an amazing song, and I think it's a great way to bring this album to a close. But yeah, She Reaches Out to She Reaches Out to She. I just thought they did an amazing job combining so many contrasting elements on this album, and yet they keep everything pulled in and really cohesive too. There's almost an enclosed aspect to the sound of this record. Listening to it, it really took me on a fantastic journey through a dark and emotional landscape. It conjured up a lot of different feelings when I was listening to it, and I just think it's a beautiful tapestry of sounds that Chelsea Wolfe managed to weave together in a fantastic end result, and I loved listening to this one. Definitely go give this album a listen if you haven't heard it yet, and yeah, be sure to let me know what you think of it down in the comments. And just to throw on a quick channel update here at the end of this video, I didn't want to do a separate video dedicated to this, but I feel like I should mention it. There's something I'm personally going through in my life right now that's very emotionally heavy. There's a lot going on. I definitely have every intention of continuing to post here on this channel, and now more than ever, I really appreciate having this channel as just an outlet to kind of distract myself and immerse myself in the world of music. I need it now more than ever. But with that being said, uploads will probably be very sporadic. I don't know if I'll go long periods of time without uploading, who knows? But yeah, you guys mean the world to me. You're the best subscribers, and this channel has been such an amazing outlet through difficult times and highs and lows in my life. Right now is unfortunately a bit of a low for me, but I know I'll be okay, and luckily you guys are just an amazing support, and I love having this channel. But yeah, as usual, thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video.